Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I am the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Onesie.
We are going to be doing we are in the middle of our A to Z series, and we're going to be doing today the letter R. So these are games that begin with the letter R. They're in no particular order except for the last one, and they're all base games. They're not expansions. We will be doing that at another time, and we're also grouping versions together. So for instance, all the Flux games are together, all the Villainous games are together, all the Carcassones are together, and so on. All right. So, Onesie, why don't you tell us your first game?
Okay. My first game is one that's kind of new to us,
Hmm.
and it's called Remember Our Trip.
That's on my list.
Okay, you're copying my list.
There were a lot of R's to pick from, but I did choose that one. Why don't you talk about what you the game?
Okay, the game Remember Our Trip.
Hmm.
Um, so you're visiting a city, and you're trying to remember what it is that you saw.
Hmm.
And so on your turn, you get to place some pieces in a certain shape.
Hmm.
Each round or each turn, there's a new shape that's drawn,
Hmm.
and everyone has to put their things on the map, their personal player board in that shape,
Hmm.
right? If you get your personal shape to meet some certain requirements, you can officially declare that it's a permanent memory,
Hmm.
and then you put it on the commonly shared board,
Right.
right?
If you're the first one, you get to claim it.
Right. And so if everybody matches up with the common board, you can get points.
Hmm.
Sometimes you'll get more or less points if you're partially correct or partially not. And
And there's always a goal.
yeah, and there's a goal.
Hmm.
There's a goal for sure. So you're trying to visit shops, trying to visit restaurants, trying to remember where the parks were, and if there's statues or something
Hmm.
else,
The
a
hotel.
park bench.
Where were all the hotels?
Yeah. So I think this game is from Japan.
Yes.
It has a certain look about it that tells
Yeah.
me it's from
It's
Japan.
definitely from Japan.
And it's very beautiful. Doesn't take that long to play,
Hmm.
and it's not just a memory game. It's a creative visualization of memory.
Yeah.
You're deciding what the memories are.
Right.
I'm deciding that this is what we saw.
Right. And if you're the first person who decided that, then you're the lucky one. You get double points for what you saw, and everyone else will try to at least get regular points for that. So,
Right. So that's Remember Our Trip.
yeah.
Check it out.
I liked it. Thank you for asking. I did like this game a lot. I have been trying to get this game ever since I heard about it. So I think 3 or 4 years now I've been looking for this game. And I was lucky enough to buy it from someone who went to Japan. She bought one for herself and bought an extra one, and she just sold her extra one to me, and I was so grateful for that. We love this game. It's just so much fun. I will say it has a lot of little bits, so this might not be a game that you want to travel with if you don't feel comfortable traveling with games that have tiny little pieces in it, but it is such a fun game.
All right. So what's next up on your list?
Next on my list is a game that we've mentioned quite often on this channel, especially as a gateway game introducing to new players. It is Roll For It.
That's on my list too.
All right. So, which is a surprise because we have a lot of R games, and this was me trying to narrow it down. Roll For It is a game where everyone has got a set of, I think it's 6 dice. You have 6 dice. You have 6 dice of your own color, and you're rolling the dice, and then you are matching the dice faces to the cards that are the goals. So maybe there's a goal over here that has you need to get 3 5s, and you'll get 10 points. And then if you get a 1, 2, and a 3, maybe you'll get 15 points. So you have to kind of decide, where do I want to try to get the card? Do I want the one that has the 3 5s, or do I want the 1, 2, and 3? What is more likely for me to get? And you can choose to split up your dice in multiple ways, but you only have so many dice. So at any point, if you realize, you know what, everyone is going for this and they're getting really close, I'm going to use my turn to call back all of your dice, not just the dice from one card, but all of them have to come back for you. Then you can start again. It is such a fun game. We played this actually during the pandemic a lot because you could play it on camera and everyone had their own dice. So much fun. roll for it.
Yeah, and as you said, it was a gateway game. We've
Mm-hmm.
introduced this to relatives and
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great way to get people into sitting down and playing.
Yes.
Everyone understands dice and numbers,
Yeah.
matching up the numbers.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all you have to do is match the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, so roll for it. We're 2 for 2
Okay.
on having the same games.
Good. What do you
So
got next?
what do I got next? All right, next I've got a game. This might not be on our same list. It's called Rough.
I did put it down.
Well, we got Rough, so we're 3 for 3, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Rough, and Rough is an appropriately named game. It's a card game
Mm-hmm.
of elimination.
Mm-hmm.
So you deal everybody a hand and you take turns reading a card,
Mm-hmm.
and someone will suffer the consequences of that card.
Yeah.
So it's possible you can get knocked out before you even had a turn to play.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of things. I can't even think of an example right now. But
So an example would be balance this coin on its edge.
yes.
And so, most people would just give up. You can't balance a coin, but what I like to do is I lean it against something. And I remember the first time that I did that, everyone at the table was like, "You can't do that." And I'm like, "Why not? It's on its edge." And the person who was demoing the game said, "Yes, she can do that." And that's what you want to try to do, is find the loopholes in the requirement. So there's two kinds of cards. There's the kind of cards that will eliminate one person from that round, and then there's the kind of card that will eliminate anyone who applies to this. So sometimes it's like eliminate the person who is the youngest, or maybe it's anybody who's wearing black is eliminated. I mean, it's different kinds of things.
It's Rough.
It is rough.
An appropriately named game.
And I have played this game with as small as 5 people and as large as 25 people. And it is hilarious no matter how we play it.
I'm curious, how long did the 25-person game take?
I'm guessing it took about 30 minutes because
Okay.
in the early scenarios, everyone was picking like the group ones. Like everyone plays this because you're trying to get as many people out as possible. So
Yeah, I think the times that I've played it's been over within 5 or 10 minutes.
you
Because
must have played small games.
yeah, because it just doesn't take that
Yeah.
long to be eliminated.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a fun party game. If you don't take winning too seriously,
Just to
it can
get
be
to know each other.
very, very fun. It can
Yeah.
be very fun.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess it's my turn to name something. The next game I am going to name, by the way, I have one game before I get to my number one. What about you?
Me too.
Okay, good. So my next game is Room 25.
Hey,
Yeah?
guess what?
Oh,
That's on my list too.
you're so cute.
She has good taste. That's me.
So Room 25 is a game, if you've ever seen, and we've discussed this on this channel before, if you've ever seen the movie The Cube, where a bunch of people are locked in a room and they find that they're trying to make their way from room to room, and the rooms sometimes are safe and sometimes there's a peril inside of it and you don't know what the room is going to do. And so you're trying to find your way out. It's the same thing with this game. What I love about it, it is a tile laying game. It's a grid of tiles, and what you're doing is you can either move this row and the whole row moves over. You take the one at the furthest end and you place it in the back, so you're still a 5x5 grid, or maybe a row will move over. And you're moving from room to room, and as you move there, if you go into that room, you have to flip the tile over. But before you go, you can have an advantage. Maybe you want to peek and see what's in there. Or if you don't want to play the co-op style, which is, I always recommend the co-op style, of course, because it's us. You can push someone in there, and if it's a bad thing, like there's an acid in there, that person is knocked out. So there's different, it's a player variability because you can take a different role and you'll have different player powers. Sometimes you have someone who's strong, or maybe you have someone who carries a robot. The robot can enter a room first. And it's also somewhat of a memory game because you may know that that is a dangerous place to go and you might put a marker on it, like we don't want to go to that one. But you got to find the combination and unlock the end room, and then you got to go find the end room so everyone can escape out. So it's I really love this game. Room 25.
Yeah, it's good. I love the shifting tiles.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a memory game, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And you only get one or two, maybe just one memory token to put on the
I
tile
think so.
and remember.
Yeah.
So if you discover a trap and you don't want to go there, you put your little piece of cardboard on there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes you forget what you're trying to remember. Like I see my cardboard is there, but I forgot what it was I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to remember.
Yeah.
So you have to work together to try to avoid these pitfalls
Yeah.
and laser machines and things like that,
Yeah.
bottomless pits.
Yeah. And there's ways of making the game harder or easier for yourself. Um, but it's so much fun and highly recommend, if you love a tactile kind of, you know, type of game where you're moving and it's always an ever-changing board, this might be the kind for you. All right.
All right, so that brings us up to our last one.
I wonder if it's the same
I
one.
wonder if it's the
I
same
don't
one.
know.
I wonder that so far we've been
We
four for
have been.
four.
Should we take the chance and say it?
Yeah, we can edit it later. They won't know.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no way to tell. We're going to fool you all.
Okay. You ready?
Okay. And that game is
River
River Valley
Valley
Glass
Glassworks.
Works.
Oh, it is the same. Okay. Why didn't you talk about it?
Okay. It's a game we discovered recently at a
Mm-hmm.
convention, and we bought it. We love it. Um, the idea is you're fishing bits of glass out of a river,
Yes.
and so there's a series of pieces in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and in a river,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of ends in a lake, and the lake acts as a supply
Mm-hmm.
of extra bits that you can collect. But on each turn, you place a certain shape of glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then based on where you are able to put this shape of glass, you can take everything in one of the spaces next to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you add it to your personal player board. And depending on how you build your personal player board, you'll gain or even lose points. And you want to do a good job of stacking up the ones that are more common in a way that they'll get you more points, and the ones that are more rare in a way that they won't cost you a lot of points.
Yeah. So as you can tell from the way Wenzie's describing it, the scoring is the trickiest part, and it will really turn the tables on if you think you're winning and then someone else surges ahead. What you do is for the rows, you're scoring for everything that went as far as it can, and then maybe your next highest row, the row two, only went up to 4 across. So then you'll score up to how much is 4 worth. And then maybe you have two that are at 3, then you score those for 3, and so on. So that is one way of scoring. And then the next thing you'll do is tallest columns. You two tallest columns, you will get the points for that. So it's I find that the deluxe version is so worth it. When I first played it, I'm like, I love the feel of the pieces of glass, and I said, I so want this. And then someone clued us in and said that those glass only come with the deluxe. I said, then I'm buying deluxe.
Yeah, and after you select your glass pieces out of the river,
Mm-hmm.
that river piece is blank. You remove it from the river and you put it back on the end of the river.
Right. So he's talking about the actual river.
Yeah. And you put new pieces on it,
Right.
depending on what the symbols tell you to do.
Yeah.
So you draw those out of a bag. You don't know what they're going to be.
Right.
And it's a fun game.
It is. Just the different shapes, because what you're trying to do is you put your glass piece on a tile that matches that shape. So maybe I have a diamond. So I have to put it on the plastic river piece that has a diamond. Now I get to pick on either side of that which of those gems I want all of those glass pieces, and I get to put it on my board. But if you have a pair of matching shapes, you can put it anywhere you want and then take, on either side of that. So there's a lot of plus and minus, but I mean, the moment that you have a certain amount of glass pieces, that triggers the end of the game, and then everyone goes around one more time, including you. So super fun.
And if you can't fit a
Oh
certain color of
yeah,
glass on your,
you topped out.
if you've topped out and there's nowhere to put this piece of glass, it goes in a reserve on your board, your personal board, and it gets you negative points at the end of the game.
So you may, I mean, I remember the first time that we played it, I thought I was losing, but it turns out I think I won. Either I won or I came in second because I had so many that went all the way across. But I was upset because I didn't have any that went to the top. No, like, just wait because we think you won. So, okay, that is all of our games that begin with the letter R. So please let us know what some of your favorites are. We would love to play them. And please, if this is the kind of videos that you like, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Wendy.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.